In today's fast-paced corporate world, there's a prevailing belief that busyness equates to productivity. We often see individuals and teams constantly in motion, their calendars packed, their inboxes overflowing, and their days filled with endless tasks. But what if this relentless pursuit of busyness is actually hindering true progress? What if companies are accidentally rewarding activity over actual achievement? This phenomenon is what we call the busyness trap. It's a subtle but pervasive cultural issue where the sheer volume of work, the number of hours logged, or the speed of responses becomes the primary metric for success, rather than the tangible impact or value created. It's a trap because it keeps everyone running in place without truly moving forward. So, why do companies fall into this trap? Often, it stems from a deeply ingrained perception that visible effort equals dedication. Managers might equate long hours and a full calendar with commitment, even if the actual output is minimal. There's also a lack of clear, measurable metrics for progress, making it easier to default to measuring activity instead. Think about it. An employee who stays late, sends emails at midnight, and attends every single meeting often appears more dedicated than someone who efficiently completes their tasks and leaves on time. This perception, though often inaccurate, can inadvertently influence performance reviews and promotions, reinforcing the busyness cycle. When goals aren't clearly defined, or when success metrics are vague, teams struggle to identify what truly contributes to progress. In this vacuum, busyness becomes a convenient and flawed proxy for performance. It's easier to count meetings attended or emails sent, than to quantify the actual value delivered. There's also a pervasive fear of idleness. Employees might feel pressured to always look busy, even if it means creating unnecessary tasks or prolonging existing ones. Managers, too, might feel the need to keep their teams constantly occupied, fearing that any downtime signals a lack of work or inefficiency. One of the most glaring symptoms of the busyness trap is the proliferation of endless, often unproductive, meetings. Teams spend hours discussing things that could be resolved with a quick email, or reviewing progress that hasn't actually been made. These meetings consume valuable time, leaving less room for actual work. Another common symptom is email overload. Reply all chains, unnecessary CCs, and constant notifications create a sense of urgency and activity, but often distract from focused work. People feel compelled to respond immediately, adding to the illusion of productivity while chipping away at deep work time. Companies caught in the busyness trap often develop overly complicated processes and layers of bureaucracy. Simple tasks require multiple approvals, redundant checks, and excessive documentation. This creates more work but adds little to no value, merely extending timelines and frustrating employees. The pressure to appear busy often leads to multitasking mania. Employees jump from one task to another, constantly context switching, which drastically reduces efficiency and quality. While they might feel productive because they're doing many things, the reality is that very little is being completed effectively. The most damaging consequence of rewarding busyness is widespread employee burnout. Constant pressure to be on, to work long hours, and to juggle an endless list of tasks leads to exhaustion, stress, and mental health issues. This isn't sustainable for individuals or for the company. When everyone is busy just doing, there's no time for strategic thinking, creative problem-solving, or true innovation. Companies caught in this cycle find themselves stagnating, unable to adapt to market changes or develop new solutions because their workforce is too busy with operational noise. The focus on quantity over quality inevitably leads to lower standards. When the goal is to check off as many tasks as possible, corners are cut, details are missed, and the overall quality of deliverables suffers. This can damage reputation and lead to rework, creating even more busyness. Employees who feel their efforts are measured by activity rather than impact become disengaged. They lose motivation when their hard work doesn't translate into meaningful results. This often leads to high turnover rates, as talented individuals seek environments where their contributions are truly valued. Rewarding busyness is a massive financial drain. Companies spend money on salaries for hours that aren't truly productive, on tools and systems that support inefficient processes, and on managing the fallout from burnout and high turnover. It's an invisible cost that erodes profitability. To escape the busyness trap, companies must fundamentally shift their focus from activity to outcomes. The first step is to define clear, measurable objectives and key results for every team and individual. What specific, tangible impact are we trying to achieve? Once outcomes are clear, ruthless prioritization becomes essential. Teams must identify the few critical tasks that will genuinely move the needle towards those outcomes and eliminate or deprioritize everything else. This means saying no to non-essential meetings and tasks. Create an environment that encourages deep, focused work. This means minimizing distractions, scheduling dedicated blocks of uninterrupted time, and discouraging constant notifications. True progress often happens in quiet, concentrated periods, not in a flurry of activity. Implement performance metrics that are tied directly to results and impact, not just hours worked or tasks completed. Celebrate successful project deliveries, achieved targets, and positive customer feedback, rather than just attendance or responsiveness. Crucially, reward systems, promotions, and recognition programs must be redesigned to celebrate meaningful impact. Acknowledge individuals who achieve significant results efficiently, even if they don't appear busy all the time. This sends a clear message about what truly matters. Create a culture of psychological safety where employees feel comfortable admitting they aren't busy, or that a task is unnecessary, without fear of judgment or reprisal. This encourages honesty about workloads and allows for more efficient resource allocation. Regularly review and streamline internal processes. Identify bottlenecks, eliminate redundant steps, and automate where possible. The goal is to make it easier for employees to achieve results, not to create more steps for them to be busy with. Leadership must model the desired behavior. If leaders are constantly sending emails at odd hours, attending every meeting, and praising busyness, the culture won't change. Leaders need to demonstrate how to prioritize, focus, and achieve results without being constantly overwhelmed. By embracing these changes, companies can transition from a culture of survival of the busiest to one where true progress and meaningful outcomes are the driving forces. This shift not only improves efficiency and innovation but also fosters a healthier, more engaged workforce. It's time to recognize that busyness is often a distraction, not a destination. By intentionally rewarding progress over mere activity, companies can unlock their full potential, create a more sustainable work environment, and ultimately, truly thrive. Focus on what truly matters and watch your organization flourish.